return it, the money would no longer go to other states, it would go down to pay the debt. He's asked you and other governors to do that. I noticed in the budget that there is spending of the rest of COVID aid in the back of the bill. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the idea of continuing to spending it as opposed to returning it, as Senator Scott suggested.
So if you look at how much money that is, what is it, Chris? Like 100 million, 200 million, a few hundred million? You know, it's how much dent would that make in the debt? I mean, seriously, I appreciate when federal folks are concerned about how we're managing this. Why don't they get their house in order? Why don't they stop spending so much of our money? Yes, sir.
Governor, what are the chances that you'll sign the 6-week heartbeat bill that comes to your desk? And if you also support the concealed carry or constitutional carry bill?
I've said on both of those, we are for constitutional carry, we're for pro-life. I urge the legislature to work, produce good stuff, and we will sign. Yes, ma'am.
With the threat of a nationwide recession, do you think that will have any kind of impact on this budget, any kind of economic downturn?
So it's built in. When you have $15.7 billion in reserves, when you have $3.4 billion in your rainy day fund, you are prepared to be able to weather those types of storms. And if you look at the Great Recession, which really devastated Florida because there's so much built into the housing, and you had the housing bust, you know, they had some, you know, $1 billion, $2 billion. I mean, there were billions in shortfalls. I think we probably are going to have an economic downturn nationwide. I just think that there's a lot of problems, but I think we've consistently outperformed the nation. We will not be immune to it. We will absolutely see effects, just like we've seen effects with a lot of the inflation. But nevertheless, it's a situation where we are built to be able to withstand that. We are assuming that we're going to get. I don't even think you'd probably even need to dip into the BSF when you have $7 billion in general revenue just sitting there, when we're going to probably end up with another $1.5 billion by the end of the fiscal year just sitting there. That's probably going to be enough to be able to handle whatever may whatever may come our way. So I feel really good about it. I mean, we thought $5.7 billion in reserves, or 5.2 when I was doing this 4 years ago. We thought that was strong. People were really they always said have $1 billion in unallocated general revenue. We had 1.4. Wow, that's really good. Well, we've blown past all that, and we're going to continue to do well.